Hej, hej alle sammen. Hvis I tænker, hvorfor ligger du på en sofa, der faktisk er lang nok til de 2 meter korpus, så det bliver i Stockholm, hvis I ser på Napoleon, Total War. Bare rolig, jeg har sådan tøj på.
My enemies are many. My equals are none.
What is so extremely awesome about Napoleon Total War? Do you want a glass of water?
Thank you very much, yes, I will. It's very gentleman for us to discuss things in this manner.
Yeah, exactly.
Very,
Kind of like a war.
It's good, very diplomatic.
Yes, there you go, sir.
Yeah, so what's fantastic about Napoleon Total War? Well, essentially it's the grand vision of what we wanted to do with the Total War engine for a very long while. It's a period of huge change. It's a period about one man and his power.
In the shade of olive trees, they said Italy could never be conquered.
So who's the game aimed for? Because when we saw it earlier, and it sounds really technical and really war geeky. Maybe that's a new word.
That's it, war geeky, yeah,
yes.
yeah. It's interesting because you wouldn't normally put those two things together, would you?
No, exactly.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty cool.
Guys in specs doing bayonet charges. Yeah. Well, no, it's actually we do a lot with the Total War games, every iteration, to try and make them more accessible for people. The truth is, it's one of those things where there's as much depth as you want. A lot of the options can be auto-managed, things like the management of building and taxation and the cities and the like. You don't have to worry about all that minute stuff. But if you want to squeeze that extra 10, 18% out of something, then you might want to manage it yourself. When it comes to the war stuff, although it looks complicated, you're looking at kind of hundreds and hundreds of men all running all over the screen and all these explosions going off and stuff, and you're like, God, how would you control that? Well, the truth is, you start out with a kind of a general's eye view, as it were, right? So it's just a case of clicking a mouse, dragging out a shape, and that's the way your troops are going to go. So you select a unit, and the unit of men can have up to 120 men in any one unit. So if you imagine you select it like a squad, and then you go, right, okay, you're going to be that shape, you're going to be that shape. It's a bit like MS Paint, but playing war, So it's like, right, I'm going to form up all my lines like this, and then they're all going to fire, and then I'm going to hit my artillery in there. So your tactics evolve as you get more confident.
In the land of pharaohs and kings, they said Egypt could never be humbled.
So in the future, will it be maybe a new Napoleon Total War game where you actually kind of like an shoot 'em up game where you actually can play one player on the big battlefield?
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned that. We're looking at ideas, not shoot 'em ups in that respect at all, but we're looking at ideas about how you personalise the war experience a bit more. So you keep all the strategy, you keep all the turn-based stuff, and you keep all the the movement around RTS stuff, but how can we make people kind of go into the eyes of the units? How can we do that? So I would say watch this space, because we're looking to see how we can personalise that war experience that little bit more.
In the realm of forest and snow, they said Russia could never be tamed.
So, in the game, is it possible to take over the entire world, which was probably his plan?
Well, yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, like I say, when you open up into the final campaign, which is the Grand European campaign, Napoleon can essentially, if he wants, if you're able as a commander, you can take all of your objectives and more. You get achievements, you get Steam achievements for doing more than Napoleon did or doing it quicker than he did it. So, if you want to kind of dominate Britain, destroy the British Navy, invade Britain, use it as an island, and then kind of sail through the straits between, like Denmark and Sweden, and then land in eastern Russia and always attack the Russians from behind. You can do that. It's a tactic. You can do all of these different things, but yeah, it's possible. If you achieve your key objectives, you can play beyond the timeline and just keep going and destroy all of Europe and put it all under your command.
Now they say nothing. They fear me, like a force of nature, a dealer in thunder and death. I say, I am Napoleon. I am Emperor. Burn it!
Brigden TV.